Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, I want to talk about how Kobe Bryant's legendary work ethic and mentality, the Mamba mentality, how it exposes all these clowns out here that have been talking about Kobe Bryant, the Tracy McGrady's, the Gilbert Arenases, the guys, like I said, just continue to run their mouth about Kobe Bryant in a way that, like I said, it lets us all know that they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. I don't understand. It's just so weird to me why people just can't give you the full facts, right? It's beyond me. So we've all seen that, you know, people have been making videos, and like I said, shout out to my man Charles over at Dreamers Pro, shout out to my man Too Raw, who've been doing these videos, the back and forth with the Gilbert Arenas and the Tracy McGrady nonsense. And my God, these guys are just sad, man. They're pathetic. That's really what, there's no other way to describe these guys, man. Like I said, it's really sad what a lot of these guys have done to their reputations. And a lot of these guys have just given away and thrown away their respect. That just don't even care about anything like integrity or having honor. Like, where's the honor in any of this stuff? These comments are never honorable, man. They can never, like I said, just give you the facts and then have you form your opinion off that. These guys are really emotional. And like I said, they try to rewrite history every turn. So we're going to talk about how Kobe Bryant's work ethic and, like I said, his legendary mentality, the Mamba mentality, exposes guys like Tracy McGrady, some of like Gilbert Arenas guys, and why why they didn't, become the players that Kobe Bryant became. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states, man, has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, I am truly, truly humbled, man, by all support. It really means a lot. It really does, guys. Much respect to all you guys out there, man. I want to send some special thanks out to you guys because you guys know I like to thank you guys. It means a lot. Shout out to Lucas Graham 5353, man. Special thanks to you. Thank you very much for coming through with the super, man. It means a lot, man. So shout out to Lucas Graham. Gundam U, once again, coming through with the super thanks. Much respect to Gundam U. The Titan Born, once again, coming through again. Much respect to my man, the Titan Born, with the super thanks. My man, 20 grand came through. Shout out to my man, 20 grand, man. I hope you enjoyed that video. Shout out to Eyalza coming through once again with the super things. You guys really humble me, man. And shout out to my man Billy Smith, 1715. Billy Smith coming through again. Yo, you guys are true supporters, man. It really is humbling that you guys will donate to my channel. You guys continue to donate to my channel. You continue to comment. Like I said, like my videos, share my stuff. Thank you guys. Real recognize real. And you know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes, man. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, I wanted to talk about how Kobe Bryant's legendary work ethic and the Mamba mentality exposes everything that we're hearing from these guys like Tracy McGrady and the Gilbert Arenases. And a lot of these idiot fans out here that just don't know Kobe Bryant. I saw someone in the comment section the other day of one of my videos say that Kobe Bryant's the most overrated basketball player in history. Imagine living in a reality where that's your mindset, where you think that in your mind, Kobe Bryant and overrated don't belong in the same sentence, don't belong in the same chapter, don't belong in the same book. It's like when I hear them say Michael Jordan's a quitter. Oh, Michael Jordan quit twice. He had to quit twice. Nobody, no true fan, no real fan ever associates Michael Jordan with quitting. No one does, except for these weird clowns out here. The same people that have been talking this nonsense about Kobe Bryant. So like I said, shout out to my man Charles over at Dreamers Pro. You know that Kobe Bryant is his guy. So you knew he was going to say something about this. I wonder what Scap's feelings are about this. We know that Kobe Bryant is, Scap is Kobe Bryant's guy. Kobe Bryant is Scap's guy. And shout out to my man, Too Raw, who had a back and forth with Gilbert Arenas, a clown Gilbert Arenas. We've all probably gone back and forth with Gilbert Arenas at some point in time or another, because this guy just shows up all over the place and always got something to say, but everything he says doesn't add up, don't make any sense. He's a walking contradiction. He's a walking hypocrite. He's a clown. Once again, another guy who has no respect. Who respects Gilbert Arenas, man? How the hell is this guy allowed to come on ESPN and talk basketball when the man was basically banned from the NBA? I mean, he's known for bringing a gun in the locker room. Think about that, guys. He's a professional athlete that made a couple of all-star appearances, had a flash in the NBA, but you don't remember for any of that stuff. You remember him for the nonsense that he did. This guy runs his mouth. I mean, look at his show, Gil's Arena. There's like a bunch of emotional girls on there. All I see every time you see a clip is these guys yelling at each other. Oh, no, man, what are you talking about? You see that dude, Clowny P, Swaggy P, whatever the hell his name is. All these guys are stupid nicknames, Swaggy P. Dude's got no swag, but his name is Swaggy P. Dude, you have zero swag, man. And all I do is see this guy get all emotional and act like a big little baby on there. Same thing with Gilbert Arenas. All these guys are Kenyon Martin. All these guys are Rashad McCants. All you do is like a bunch, it's like the Golden Girls, man. They're just always bickering about something. They're always emotional, just yelling. Nonsense. It never adds up. It never does. These guys contradict themselves from episode to episode. And you got that one main dude who sits there with the laptop in front of him with the backwards hat looking like a freaking idiot, just laughing all the damn time like everything these guys say is funny or on the money. I mean, my God, man, you need a new show. Insane. But when we think about all this that's going on with the Tracy McGrady stuff, right? It doesn't add up, guys. And why doesn't it add up? Because Tracy McGrady doesn't seem to realize or understand what made Kobe Bryant Kobe Bryant. Gilbert Arenas doesn't seem to understand what made Kobe Bryant Kobe Bryant. These guys talk about the skills, the game of Kobe Bryant versus Tracy McGrady's game. Who gives a damn about that? Tracy McGrady's game is not the problem here. Kobe Bryant's game and Tracy McGrady's game is irrelevant in this, man. It doesn't matter. Tracy McGrady is not who he was or not Kobe Bryant because of the game. He didn't have the game of a Kobe Bryant. Tracy McGrady had game. We get all of that. But the main thing that Tracy McGrady will never have, that you can see he still will never have, even in retirement, is the what's inside of Kobe Bryant. The mentality of Kobe Bryant. The work ethic of Kobe Bryant. I've said it before, guys, and you guys have heard this saying. Hard work will beat talent when talent doesn't work hard. So, in the relationship between a Kobe Bryant and a Tracy McGrady, no one's saying that Tracy McGrady didn't have talent, because he damn sure did have talent. He had the talent, he had the potential, he had the game, like a Kobe Bryant, right? There were similarities there. Tracy McGrady, you could say, was a greater athlete than Kobe Bryant in certain regards. He was like 6'9", almost 6'10", right? He had that athleticism, he had that ability, the high flyer, all of this stuff. He had that stuff, the long arms of Tracy McGrady, the way he was built. You can say that he had advantages over Kobe Bryant physically, right? No one's knocking or doubting the talents of Tracy McGrady. But that's not what this debate should be about. And that's what it seems to be for someone like Gilbert Arenas and someone like Tracy McGrady himself. These guys want to make it seem as if, oh, Tracy McGrady, you put him on the Lakers and all of a sudden the Lakers are going to win a championship too. That's a simple, once again, that's a simple-minded debate or, a debate to try to make by saying, oh, put Tracy McGrady on the Lakers and they'll win a championship too. That's insane. Once again, Tracy McGrady had played on quality teams in his career, but Tracy McGrady, once again, doesn't have the intangibles of Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant's work ethic is second to none, guys. Does anyone ever talk about Tracy McGrady's work ethic? No one talks about Tracy McGrady's work ethic, man. And no one is saying that these guys don't work to get to the level that they got to, that they didn't practice, or no one's saying that. But remember, there's levels, guys. Levels. No one's comparing Tracy McGrady's work ethic to a regular common person who never made the NBA. We're comparing you to Kobe Bryant, dude. That's another level. They don't make people like Kobe. Kobe and the way that he thought in his mind, the way that Kobe Bryant carried himself, right? The work ethic of Kobe Bryant. Tracy McGrady can't sniff that, not even close to that stuff. So that's the separator between a Tracy McGrady and a Kobe Bryant. Now, we can talk about Tracy McGrady's injuries and the things that he had to deal with in his career, but we can say the same thing for Kobe Bryant, guys. Kobe Bryant battled through a lot of injuries, a lot of hurt, a lot of pain throughout his career, and he kept digging deeper and deeper and deeper. Tracy McGrady don't have the pain threshold of Kobe Bryant. Nowhere close to this, man. Just doesn't. Tracy McGrady's frailer than Kobe Bryant. He's not as tough as Kobe Bryant. He's just not. And when we talk about the work ethic of Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady didn't work nowhere near as hard as Kobe Bryant, guys. And that's mostly the reason why Tracy McGrady doesn't have this kind of success of a Kobe Bryant. Because you think that Tracy McGrady is going to maximize the players around him like Kobe Bryant did? Is he going to get the most out of Yao Ming? Did he get the most out of Yao Ming and some of the other guys that he played with? I don't believe he did, because No one's ever talked about Tracy McGrady in that way. But we hear about Kobe Bryant in the practice routine and the legendary work ethic that I'm mentioning to you guys, the Mamba mentality that I'm mentioning. No one associates any of these things with Tracy McGrady. Does anybody talk about Tracy McGrady's mentality? I never heard anyone say anything about Tracy McGrady's mindset, his mentality. Never heard anyone mention Tracy McGrady with the great leaders in NBA's history, guy who maximized the players around him, a guy who had that crazy work ethic. I don't hear none of this stuff from these guys. None of this. But we hear that about Kobe Bryant, and we see it. You've seen it. You saw him develop his game, adjust and mold and adapt. You saw this, the work ethic, the footwork, all this stuff. You saw the pain threshold. You saw him go out there and battle through the hurt, battle through the pain, push through the tired. You saw him do this stuff. Tracy McGrady wasn't known for these things. He was known for being injury prone, for being a hurt player. A guy that, oh man, it would have been great to see if Tracy McGrady what could have done if he didn't get hurt. But he would have never reached the Kobe Bryant levels, even though he had a similar game and his athleticism, all of this stuff. Even though they were similar in those ways, he would never reach the Kobe Bryant heights because he didn't have the work ethic of a Kobe Bryant. And that's the main thing. Gilbert Arenas, remember Gilbert Arenas just said that, oh, my first move against Kobe Bryant was lunch meat. He goes, I didn't need counters because my first move was unstoppable. So once again, we laugh at that because Gilbert Arenas was so unstoppable that he never made it out in the second round. That's how unstoppable Gilbert Arenas' first move was compared to Kobe Bryant. He said, those are his words. That's not me making this stuff up, trying to make him look stupid. He does that enough on his own. So if Gilbert Arenas was so great, his first move was so great, couldn't stop it, he said, then how could the man that made it in the second round? Never made a 50-win team ever. Never led a team to 50 wins. None of this stuff. And he played with talent. But Gilbert Arenas didn't have a work ethic like Kobe Bryant. Once again, he didn't have the mentality of a Kobe Bryant. You think Kobe Bryant's bringing in a gun to a locker room because he had an altercation with one of his role player teammates? Laughable. What Kobe Bryant would have done is would have went after that dude in practice. But that's not Gilbert Arenas' mentality. Gilbert Arenas thinks he's a weapons expert. Gilbert Arenas is so tough. Gilbert, I told you before, man, if you're that tough, you want to hang out and play with guns, then why don't you go fight in one of these wars? Why don't you join the military, dude? Go get yourself dropped out in Afghanistan or something like that. Why don't you go fight for the Ukrainian people? You're a weapons expert. You know so much about fighting and tactics and all of this stuff. You've never done a damn thing, dude. Are you kidding me? You're a clown. Kobe Bryant would never do nothing like this, man. Because Kobe Bryant was a true competitor, man. He's going to come after you on the basketball court. He's going to go after you in practice. He's going to hold you to a standard. That's not Gilbert Arenas. He has no standards, Gilbert Arenas. He has no class, no honor. Listen to the way he speaks. And he gets exposed by Kobe Bryant's work ethic and Kobe Bryant's mentality. It exposed a lot of those guys that he played against in that era. Exposed a lot of guys historically. Don't compare people to Kobe Bryant that don't deserve to be compared to Kobe Bryant. You know, I saw a lot of people talking about Tracy McGrady and he don't play defense like Kobe. And that's true, but I've told you guys, Tracy McGrady had the overall potential to be one of the great two-way players. He had that ability on defense. He just didn't have the consistency. He didn't have the durability. He didn't have the toughness. He didn't have the heart. He didn't have the grit. He didn't have the work ethic. He didn't have that mentality. Kobe Bryant had a mentality. Digging in on defense takes a mentality. It takes effort. It's not easy. It's dirty work. It's not fancy. It's not flashy. But Kobe Bryant was willing to get dirty, get down, and play defense when it mattered most. Consistently, for years. Tracy McGrady's never done this. Never did it. He couldn't do it. Even if he was healthy, Tracy McGrady would never, ever become what Kobe Bryant did on a two-way play. Never. At best, I can see Tracy McGrady maybe making a couple of all-defensive teams. That's about it, guys. He would not have been like Kobe Bryant, consecutive years, All-NBA first team, All-NBA defense first team, leading a team that was winning games. Tracy McGrady was a guy that could put numbers up on crap teams. He couldn't take teams that were decent, mediocre, and raise them up a level. He couldn't take teams that were good and get them to another level. He could never do this because he never had the overall work ethic or the overall mentality. He didn't have the intangibles of Kobe Bryant because not many people do. That's why Kobe Bryant is regularly regarded as a top 5, top 10 player in NBA's history. The only people who don't think he's that are these weird LeBron James fans. But remember, they're not basketball fans. They don't know basketball. They only know LeBron James. And even most of them don't know LeBron James' career. They listen to Nick Wright, the Shannon Sharps. A lot of these people are 15. What do they know about LeBron James if they're 15 years old? What do you know about LeBron James at 15 years old right now? You don't know nothing about this dude. Nothing about him. You miss a lot of the early parts of his career. You don't know what's going on in the beginning of his career. Right, I'm telling you, it's funny. They always say that Michael Jordan fans think that his career started in 1991. Well, LeBron James fans think that his career started in 2016, right? And they excuse every failure. Michael Jordan fans don't have to make excuses for Michael Jordan because he never made excuses for himself. LeBron James a walking contradiction, a walking excuse, a walking woe is me, no accountability. Kobe Bryant wasn't like that. Went out there and earned it. So Gilbert Arenas, you expose yourself again. Every time you talk, you expose yourself. Your show is a joke, man. And people keep tuning into you clowns. I don't get it. As I said, it's a soap opera, that show. They're not giving you real basketball talk. They're not educating you on Gil's Arena. It's a soap opera. They're golden girls out there, man. All you hear is these guys bickering with each other like a bunch of kids, man. Crying and moaning, laughing about stupid stuff, saying things that don't add up because they're contradicting themselves left and right. From show to show, these guys contradict themselves. And Tracy McGrady, see, this is what I'm talking about with these guys. Like I said, I respect Tracy McGrady. I respect his career and his game. But for him to talk this way, like I said, you guys, you don't know Kobe Bryant? You guys forgot who he was? The man dies, and all of a sudden, you guys trying to rewrite his history, rewrite his resume. Tracy McGrady, man, you had flashes that you could have been great, that you could have been a Kobe-type player. But ultimately, what we've seen from someone like Tracy McGrady, we saw from the guys like the Vince Carters, they didn't have the mentality. You think about someone like Jerry Stackhouse. These guys had all the athleticism. They had all this stuff on their side, in their favor, the potential. But they didn't have the mindset. They didn't have the mentality. They didn't have the work ethic. They didn't have the intangibles, the leadership, the heart, the grit. They didn't have the ability to work on their game like that and to adjust their game. Vince Carter never made an all-defensive team. I remember Michael Jordan, Vince Carter got offended. He got upset one time because Michael Jordan challenged him and said that, Vince Carter's got to learn to become a better defensive player, more consistent on defense. He needs to be one of those two-way players in the league because he's got the athleticism, he's got the skills. But Vince Carter never became that. Similar to Tracy McGrady. And I know we know they're cousins, but they never became defenders, right? You think about, like I said, Jerry Stackhouse. To me, once again, a guy who had all the hype, had all this fanfare coming out of North Carolina, maybe the next Jordan-type player, and he had flashes, but he never developed into anything really, like I said, spectacular. Like I said, for all the hype he had, kind of underachieved Jerry Stackhouse. Like I said, never was a defender. Like I said, cried and moaned when he played with Michael Jordan instead of taking that opportunity to make himself better, learn from Michael Jordan like Rip Hamilton did. Jerry Stackhouse was all salty and emotional in his feelings. Like I said, and whatever happened to his career is what happened because his mindset was weak. He wasn't a leader like that. He didn't have that work ethic. He didn't have that mentality. Tracy McGrady ain't nothing like that Kobe Bryant stuff, man. Like I said, you can't just put Tracy McGrady on the Lakers or switch Kobe Bryant and Tracy McGrady and think you're going to get the same results. It's not true, ladies and gentlemen. It's just not. It's not the facts, man. Okay? Tracy McGrady is not that dude. He was never known as that dude. He had some flashes, right? Some great flashes, Tracy McGrady. But he also, like I said, underperformed many times. Like I said, couldn't get into the second round. What is Tracy McGrady's claim to fame? That he had some offensive game, that he was a good scorer, that he's scoring talent. That's Tracy McGrady's claim to fame, man. But he's mostly known for a guy that wasn't durable, a guy that never really won, a guy that wasn't a leader. Like I said, a guy who didn't have that mentality, didn't have that work ethic. And Kobe Bryant's work ethic, like I said, exposes these guys because they didn't work that hard, even though they had more talent, you can say, than a Kobe Bryant. The dimensions, right? I talk about the comparisons with Michael Jordan. Like Kobe Bryant didn't have the athleticism of Michael Jordan. He didn't have the long arms of a Michael Jordan, the big hands of a Michael Jordan, the speed, the quickness, the jumping ability of Michael Jordan. But what he did have like Michael Jordan was the work ethic, the competitive fire, the mindset of a Michael Jordan, the Mamba mentality. No one thinks about Tracy McGrady and it's like, yeah, man, I'm going to have that Tracy McGrady mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no one thinking this. Nobody. No one thinks Tracy McGrady's a top 10 or a top 20 player, and we get the injuries. But like I told you, even without those injuries, to me, Tracy McGrady wasn't going to be ever a Kobe-esque type guy. He just didn't have it. To me, when I think about Anthony Hardaway and the injuries that Anthony Hardaway had, and we talk about his career being cut short or, not being able to maximize his career, to me, Anthony Hardaway had a different mentality than Tracy McGrady. Just, like I said, just from the outside looking in, as a fan at that time, Penny Hardaway seemed to have that kind of demeanor, that competitive. I mean, he was going after Scottie Pippen. He was going at Scottie Pippen, going at Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just seemed to be that dude. Like, he had that mentality. So, to me, if Anthony Hardaway didn't have those injuries, He could have been one of them legendary dudes. He could have been a top 10 player all time. I don't believe Tracy McGrady would have ever had that kind of mentality. I just don't get that from him. Like I said, maybe I'm wrong on that, but we know one thing for sure. He would never be Kobe Bryant type mentality or a Kobe Bryant work ethic. And that's the separator. That's what made Kobe Bryant so great. I don't know why people don't seem to get this. It wasn't, oh, Kobe Bryant was blessed with all these skills and these crazy genetics for athleticism. No, he wasn't. He was a great athlete, but not on the level of some of these guys. But the thing that he had inside his heart, right? The thing that he had in his mind, right? And the way that he was able to lead put him in a different category than someone like a Tracy McGrady, guys. You guys know the deal, man. These are the facts here. Catch you guys on the next one.